With Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's release, there was a scathing amount of backlash. But the question is, was it deserved? Today, 1 year later, we're gonna dive into the deep dark underbelly of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet to see if the reviews are fair or if the Pokemon community is spoiled. Wow, this game feels like something I'd do on the side after work over a couple of months because I wanted to learn how to make video games. Of course, someone named Kyle thinks he can make an entire open world 3D game in a couple of months after work. You hear that, Game Freak? Watch out, you've got competition. 1 star. I really hope this actually has fair criticism and isn't just going to be this the entire video. The fandom will literally buy anything at this point. Game Freak didn't even bother to add Pokemon in tall grass. Hold on, sir, please step off the lawn. We're trying to keep it green. I know what he's actually trying to say, like you can't run around and get random spawns, but let's be real. Random spawns kind of suck. Like nobody wants to be running around in the grass trying to get through and constantly getting hit by wild Pokemon. It's way better to be able to avoid them. It's a huge quality of life increase. And also it's just sick running around with a bunch of Pokemon in the overworld. The new Pokemon are extremely lazy. Don't even really feel like Pokemon. A good fraction of the new Pokemon are just regional variants of old Pokemon. All right, let's break this down first. A good fraction of the new Pokemon are just regional variants of old Pokemon. Scarlet and Violet added 107 new Pokemon, but what are the regional variants? Like the Tauros, Toedscool, and Wiglet, if you want to count those. Wooper is 4. Okay, so I've got 4 out of 107, probably their evolutions as well. So out of 107, there's about 100 new Pokemon and about 7 or 8 regional variants or regional fakes. I can see how that's a good fraction. The whole premise is just bad, and to top it off, the new Pokemon suck, except for Annihilate. Hey, +1 for Annihilate. Bring back gender, because there is only 2. No! I never thought a kid's game would go out of their way to confuse children and shovel radical gender ideas down forming minds. Ah, yes, radical gender ideas. By making 4 masculine options to start with in your customization screen and 4 feminine options. The woke liberals! This review is so bad, but I love it because it's like no child is sitting down, getting to this character customization screen and going,
what the hell? Well, what are all these genders? What's going on?
The only people getting upset and confused by this are seriously, these scream filler Pokemon, and with the graphics issue, it just looks even worse. Let's see some different animals, like maybe a saber-toothed tiger, Tasmanian devil, Plesiosaurus, or a shark. Okay, sorry, I've fallen for a bait. This has to be a troll review. The guy just said he wants Raikou, he wants Galarian Meowth, he wants Lapras, and he wants a Sharpedo. What? If you like completing games, don't buy! You'll need 2 Switches with membership, since the dummies made it so all the exclusives are in the decks, and to even evolve some Pokemon, you need co-op. Honestly, this is fair. This is probably the fairest review out of all of them so far. The fact that Pokemon Company has actively been splitting up games and regionals so that you are forced to constantly trade or buy both does absolutely suck. My wife divorced me because I couldn't hatch a shiny Rowlet. Here's why I would rate Pokemon Violet 1 out of 5 stars. I'm not even sure how to start this review. Well, there's your problem, Jimbo. You're 3 lines in. You're not starting your review. You've already started it. I think my biggest problem with this book was the lack of anything that made it stand out from other books in its category. Jimbo, Pokemon Scarlet's not a book, bud. It's a video game. No one here mentions the grammatical and spelling errors. You're right. No one's mentioning the grammar or spelling errors. It's truly a travesty. For me, if I'm playing a video game and there's even one tiny error in the spelling, I'm out. Poor storyline, overall disappointing. You've actually got 2 spaces between disappointing full stop and I love Pokemon. Just want to give you a little heads up about your grammar there. The game feels rushed and not worth the $90. The dollar sign I think is supposed to be in front of the 90, just another little heads up. Welcome back to the button mashing brainless Pokemon gameplay of ye olden days. Hold on, Matthew, you're saying the game is too easy and it's brainless and you just smash A. But that doesn't make sense because Jesse, this game is way too hard. Pokemon out-level you? I don't know where to go. Seriously. So the game is way too hard. It needs to be better balanced. Literally brain-dead idiots can beat this. Is it too hard or is it too easy? Why did they make this so confusing? Okay, so it's too hard. Game Freak continues to make the game way too easy. What? Not a fan. They've taken all the unique features of the old games and just got rid of the challenge. I'm sorry, but catching in the wild is ridiculous and it takes more than 5 Great Balls to catch. Perhaps it's okay for babies who are newbies to the franchise. Your EX Pokemon card is fake because it doesn't have a black line. Look for yourself. Is he talking to me? Is mine Pokemon fake? Mom bought this for my birthday. Oh, that's nice of her. But I wouldn't at it for night. One person found this helpful. This is a really good one.
So laggy! And I hate that they took all the interior out of the game. It's just menus now.
I'm sorry, but the idea that it's just menus is so funny. Hey, can I get a one Pokemon game, but hold the gameplay? I just want the menus. This is the worst Pokemon because it's not fair that if you use a move, the other person gets to use it first before you even get to use it if your Pokemon faints. Huh? You know what, Jaden? I agree. I wish that I got to use moves even after my Pokemon fainted. Absolutely horrible in my opinion. All right, Alan, that's fair. Hopefully you stop playing and don't spend any more money on it. I bought both versions. The bat, same exact gameplay and story as every other game from the past 20 years. Wait a minute, I thought this was the first open world Pokemon game. Pokemon has been doing the same format for years without fail. Why suddenly did they decide to ruin that by changing the gameplay completely? No, they didn't. You don't understand. The last guy said that it's the exact same and that sucks. Nintendo has to do a lot better. They've been making virtually the same game for 2 decades. Hold on, no. All around lazy game. Nothing like the previous ones. What? I thought it was completely different. What happened to catching and battling Pokemon? Huh? I had ChatGPT write a negative review for this game. Eric, that doesn't count. ChatGPT hasn't played Pokemon Scarlet. You can't ask it to write a review. Open world has to be the scourge of gaming. When it comes to Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, this turns into little more than just meander around with no goal or aim until you get to a gym. This confirms my belief that Pokemon fans can't read. Literally at the start, they're like, hey, here's Arvin. He wants you to go beat Titan so we can make a sandwich. Hey, here's Nimona. She wants you to go to the gyms. Hey, here's Penny. You can literally do any of those 3 options or meander around. Humanoid Pokemon. Have you seen the original 151? Humanoid Pokemon are not new to the series. Rival takes type disadvantage. Yeah, it's brilliant game design. Nimona picks Sprigatito if you pick Fuecoco. It's easy at the start, but then at the end game, she has a Masquerada that's gonna have a dark typing to it to take on your Skeledirge, which is a ghost type as well. My dog could make a better game. Holy shit. I don't have a dog. There's so much to unpack. Okay, so his dog could make a better game, but he doesn't have a dog. So the dog doesn't exist. So it's a nobody. So nobody could make a better game. Okay, why are you giving it a 1-star review, Justin, if nobody can make a better game? This is the best game ever. This game lied in the trailer. They used these hot professors to make me buy the game thinking they'd be in it more. But no, they were dead from the start. You never see them. And finally, when you get to meet them, they're just a robot, which I'm okay with. But then they go and die, so you never get to talk to them or pretend to de-ate them. What? To be honest, I bought the game because all the glitches seemed really funny. But I've not gotten any 5 hours in. Bit disappointed, to be honest. 17 people found that helpful? Was looking forward to buying this game. Wait, you haven't bought it? But after seeing all the 1-star reviews about the glitches, I've decided not to buy it. I'm sad. How can you write a review if you haven't bought it? 3 people found this helpful? What? That's it. I'm done, okay? Now click here to watch me actually play video games. Why are you watching me rant about reviews? This isn't what I do normally.